So, that Nintendo Direct. Woo! What's up, guys? Alpha Stoutland here, and it is finally time, guys. I'm finally going to talk about this Direct. Holy cow! I do hate that I have been sick, and, you know, I haven't been able to record, but it has given me some time to really collect my thoughts and not just sit here and ramble about what went on and what went on in my head, like, oh my gosh, King K Rool, and all these different characters. I was going to do my reaction, and I could not wait, and so I was like, why didn't you record? Because your reaction would have been hilarious to watch. It has given me some time to collect my thoughts and really bring to words what I want to say, because this Direct was literally amazing. I would say it's on par with E3's, if not maybe a little bit more, because dude, 5 characters, so many stages, so much music, story mode possibly, dude, there's just, okay. But before I get started, I do have to talk about the big fat elephant in the room. So Shovel Knight's an assist trophy. Okay, now this is bittersweet because if you guys have been on the channel for a while and you've seen my latest videos about Smash Bros, you know that Shovel Knight was like my most wanted newcomer. It was just a cool idea. I was like, dude, we can finally have an indie game rep. We can finally have someone that I have a personal connection to that has such great moveset potential and is just a cool character. And he's an assist trophy. I'm not gonna lie, it hurts. Like when I saw Shovel Knight. Now, the Direct got spoiled for me in 2 ways. Someone messaged on a comment that I left on a YouTube video and said, dude, Simon is in. I was like, thank you. I'm just saying this, guys. If there is ever a Direct, please don't spoil stuff in the comments, because I got like 6 people commenting, dude, Shovel Knight got deconfirmed. He's an assist trophy. And I was upset. Just to let you guys know, because you guys didn't know that. You don't know that I was at work and waiting to record when I got home from work. So that's just a bug in y'all's ear for now. If a Direct happens, I will probably take the day off from work from now on so I don't get spoiled and I can watch this stuff live. It does suck that he is just an assist trophy, but at the same time, it's Shovel Knight's in Smash Bros, dude. Like, and sure, he's not a playable character, and I do hate that, but you know, the fact that Masahiro Sakurai noticed Yacht Club Games' little itty-bitty studio and was like, yeah, this character is worthy of being in Smash Bros. And the way that he worded it when he introduced the assist trophies, he said, there are special guests. They're honored guests in the biggest fighting game crossover of all time. And to me, that's enough. You know, I've seen people start a petition like they did with Waluigi, and I hate that Waluigi is not in the game, by the way, and I'm holding on to hope that maybe he's just bamboozling us and that Waluigi is in the game, but it's starting to really seem like he's not. I know how it feels, and for the Ashley fans and the Crystal fans and the Zero fans, and I really thought Ashley would be in this time, like I was shocked. But you know, just the fact that Shovel Knight is an assist trophy, and dude, he looks so good. He looks exactly like how I thought he would look in Smash. His head might be a little too small compared to his actual in-game appearance, but besides that, his color palette, his texture, just the way he moves and stuff, it's so perfect. Like, he's not too fast because he's in armor and stuff. It's just, my boy is in Smash, and I could be mad, but just the fact Sakurai noticed him is just, it's icing on the cake, and that's going to make Smash Bros. Ultimate even sweeter, knowing that I might not be able to play as Shovel Knight, but I can sure as heck fight alongside him. Not to mention, there is another indie character that now has a greater chance of being playable in Smash Bros. More on that later. Like, I'm going to do a whole video about how Shantae should be in Smash Bros. Just like I did with Shovel Knight, but, like, minus all the editing and stuff, because that took so much longer, and I love how that video blew up after he got deconfirmed. Like, it had like 150 views, and then after he got deconfirmed, it was like 650, and I was like, why did y'all watch it after he got deconfirmed? But regardless, that video is there for you guys to watch, you know. And I do talk about Shantae some in that, but I'm going to make a whole video. That's going to be a whole nother video about why she should be in Smash Bros. Because I want an indie character playable in this game, and she really does deserve it, just like Shovel Knight did. But anyway, back to the Smash Bros. Direct. I do want to start with the assist trophies in Pokemon, because I don't usually play with items with my friends. Like, sometimes I'll turn them on for fun and stuff. But there's so many cool characters, man. They put the moon from Majora's Mask as an assist trophy. Like that, and the fact that Shovel Knight's the only one who survived just made it even sweeter. Like, I was just like, yeah, he might not be playable, but he survived the moon smash, so that's pretty cool. And of course, Zero being in is pretty cool. Crystal, Ashley, Rathalos from Monster Hunter. Like, what the heck, bro? The Pokemon too, dude. I was like, dude, if they put a Alolan Executor in as an assist, as a Pokemon character, like, that would be so cool. And what you know it, he's the first one they show off, and I love that. And Mimikyu being added, both Vulpix. I knew Alolan Vulpix because of the online updates and stuff, but both Vulpixes is cool. Abra being added, I knew he was coming because I already saw him on pictures with like Game Explain coverage and stuff. But that's cool that he's in. And dude, if you've known Smash Bros for a while, you know that Ditto was originally going to be in Melee as a Pokemon, and he was going to do like he's doing now and like copy the fighter, and they were going to implement that into Melee, but they couldn't program it. And now, 3 games later, Ditto is finally playable. And just the fact that not only it's like, oh cool, that's Ditto and it can transform into you, the fact that they finally, like, this being the ultimate game, something they wanted to do since Melee, they can finally do now, is just so cool. And the fact that it can fight alongside you as your character, that is so cool. That is so flippin' sweet. And I'm so happy to see Ditto. That is easily one of my favorite new Pokemon additions. Like, that's so cool. And it's so cool to see it finally added after all of these years. Really cool that we have so many stages, dude. Like, Fountain of Dreams was confirmed. I know that was one a lot of people were asking for. I kind of want Poke Floats back just because, you know, all the cool Pokemon floats. If they, like, updated it with, like, new Pokemon floats, that would be sick. And I can understand why, because it's kind of like, how do you do an Omega stage? Someone suggested doing Avalugg as the platform. That is brilliant, and I do that. Please, please, Nintendo, please. Bring back Poke Floats. That's literally the only stage I want back and that I actually care about. So, besides maybe, like, the Pac-Man stage with the maze and stuff, because that's Pac-Man, not Pac-Land. But besides those two, I really don't care. I usually play on Final Destination anyway, but the fact that we can play on all these stages in Final Destination, I mean, well, not Final Destination, but Omega and Battlefield form is so cool, dude. And there's so much music. You can customize the music to the stage. There's just so many customization options. And the new modes, classic mode's not new, but the fact that it's gone back to being customized to every single character, and there's a specific layout for each character, that's so cool. And I'm sure that saves, like, development time too, because it's like, okay, there's not this random chance you're going to fight a giant Donkey Kong with Bowser, but it's going to be a giant Mario, and, like, they're actually going to be, like, character-specific trials, and that's so cool. And that, like, dude, you know that Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong are going to fight a giant King K. Rool as, like, one of their boss fights. Like, it has to happen. I'm calling it now. That's got to be a thing. Something else I am excited for is Squad Strike and Smashdown. Squad Strike is cool because it's like Street Fighter, I think, has done this in the past where, like, they have, like, 5 different characters you can pick, and it's like, ooh, you can tap out. I don't think they can tap out. I think it's till you faint, till you get KO'd. And then the next person comes in, not faint, this isn't Pokemon. I think it's actually until the character gets KO'd, and then you just switch the new character in. And that, of course, you can do solo, you can do with friends. That's so cool. And then, of course, the Smashdown option where you can literally pick characters that your friends and opponents are good against. That's so cool, dude. And the fact that you can try out all your different mains against your friends in one game. There's just so many cool options. There's so much personalization. There's so many options. You can turn stage hazards off. You can customize the music for your stage. You can switch between stages with the stage morph option. There's just so much customization, and I love that. It's like Sakurai has just literally gone on 4chan and GameFAQs and looked at all the stuff that fans have been clamoring for years, and it's like, okay, how can we implement this into Smash and make the fans happy? Like, and it's so cool. And of course, I'll get to the characters in a minute because that's one of the big reasons it seems like Sakurai's listening to the fans. But something that really, really has me excited is that blurred out section on the main menu of Smash Ultimate. The fact that Sakurai is hyping this up so much can only tell me this is some kind of adventure mode. I know that, you know, like Game Explain and all those guys have talked about, you know, it says spirits because blurred out. I can kind of buy into that because, like, you know, people, like, broke it down and, like, zoomed in and stuff. But I do think it's going to be some kind of adventure mode, because if Sakurai hyped it up that much and it was not some kind of adventure mode, fans would be mad. Like, I would be upset. We have been asking for adventure mode since Subspace Emissary, and we were going to get it in Smash 4, but, you know, Sakurai got mad because people leaked the cutscenes online, and, like, I can understand that, but at the same time, like, they're going to go on the internet anyway. I mean, you can go on YouTube and watch all 47, like, minutes of Brawl footage, so I can understand that from a developer perspective, but at the same time, it was also kind of selfish. But now, there is a chance we can finally get a proper adventure mode. I'm not expecting, like, Subspace Emissary levels. Like, that was so epic and so just, like unreachable again. Like, I mean, I'm sure they could, like, make it even better than Subspace, but I don't think they're going to go that ambitious again, because that was, like, if I'm not mistaken, like 50% of development for Smash Brawl went into that alone. So I don't think they're going to do that again. I could see between, like everybody's saying, like a middle ground between Melee and Subspace Emissary. Like, I would be fine with that, as long as we get more interactions with characters and more crossover stuff, and more stuff like Snake telling Peach and Zelda to stay put, Samus and Pikachu teaming up, Mario and Pit teaming up, stuff like that. Like, dude, that, I'm wondering who Duck Hunt would team up with. Like, who would they team up with? Oh man, I just want to know. Like, there's so many possibilities for crossovers, and I want to see a story mode so bad. That is one thing to me that is going to make Smash Ultimate, and that is the one thing that I think everybody's waiting for. And I don't think Sakurai would hype it up and put it off and be like, well, we're going to talk about that later, but we can't tell you about that right now. Shh, surprises. I don't think he would do that if it wasn't some kind of adventure mode slash story mode slash single player mode that people have been asking for literally years. So I'm expecting that, and so I'm not really going to be surprised when it gets announced. And there's also something in the side right of the little side menu that's blurred out too. Who knows what that is? I don't know. We don't really know about a lot of the menu. We know that Special Smash is back. That's awesome. I love playing as gigantic characters and then eating a mushroom that makes you even bigger. And just hearing how all the characters sound when they're gigantic. I'm weird. Like, I like weird random stuff like that. But there's just, there's so much I can't wait for. I think, hold on. I made a list of stuff to talk about. I think story mode was the last thing I really wanted to talk about. But, we got 5 characters to talk about, so yeah, let's get started. So obviously we have to start by talking about Simon and Richter Belmont. Like, I didn't even know Richter existed, dude. The only Richter character I've ever known was Stitch's cousin that causes earthquakes. Like, I never knew there was another Richter. I really was kind of, like, everybody knows about the Virgin leaks at this point, and the fact that if you don't, he's talked about another few characters that I don't want to spoil for you. So I'll leave that out, because I know a lot of you guys stay spoiler free. My friend Chad actually managed to avoid all the leaks, and that's impressive. But if you want to avoid the leaks, I won't mention that. But he leaked that Simon Belmont would be playable and represent Castlevania, and I was like, okay, that I can see him. Like, I've never played Castlevania. I'm not super familiar with Simon and the Belmont clan and all that stuff. I knew that he fought vampires, and it was like a scary dark game from the NES era. But dude, that trailer was literally the sickest thing. Like, the fact that they had Luigi in the Haunted Mansion, first of all, was the perfect choice. Like, no other character could have pulled that trailer off like Luigi, because, and like, I love that Sakurai has started making all these characters so much more expressive. Like, obviously we've seen, like, with Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, but in this trailer we saw that with Luigi. Like, as good as the trailers were for Smash 4, these trailers blow them out of the water, because they're higher quality and they're much more, like, animated. Like, the characters don't just kind of sit there and be like, I mean, like Luigi's, like, eyes were dilating, and he was, like, freaking out, like, he was shaking, and there were so many little details. Like, I love that. And the fact that he paid that much attention to detail in these trailers just to announce the characters, it just gives me so much hope for stuff like an adventure mode with cutscenes and stuff. But back to the Castlevania announcement, Simon looks amazing. I definitely think he's going to be top tier. And Richter, I honestly, like, Simon's design is cool, like, but I don't know. He looks like a fusion of He-Man and Kevin Sorbo's Hercules. Like, he doesn't really look like I thought he would. Like, I thought he would look like he'd have the long red hair and the black, like, cloak thing, but he looks sick in this version too. He just looks like He-Man. But Richter looks awesome. Like when I saw Richter, I was like, you better be an Echo Fighter. You better be an Echo Fighter. Please be an Echo Fighter. And then he was an Echo Fighter. I was like, okay, good. Okay, I can handle that. I don't want two characters from the same game announced like this because, I don't know, like, it's cool that we finally have confirmation that third parties can have more than two characters, and the same series can have two characters, and I will get into that with characters I think will come later. But, you know, it's cool that Richter was added because apparently he's just as big to the history of Castlevania as Simon is, and he's more recent. I just like his design more. He's not as, like, absurdly jacked, and I like his voice, I like his style. His design and his, like, attitude are, like, really more appealing to me than Simon's just like, I'm big and I will beat you up. I know he's not, like, Austrian like Arnold, but he just looks like that. But, you know, Richter almost looks like an anime character more than, you know, an 80s retro character. And it's cool that he looks like that, and to me, just the fact that the Echo is more appealing than the main character is cool. And I didn't think I would be that hyped for an Echo Fighter, but Richter looks like he might be one of my mains in Smash Ultimate. Like, he looks cool. Both their movesets look cool. You can throw a cross, you can throw holy water, you can throw an axe. His whip is, dude, we finally have a counter to Bayonetta! Like, no one's gonna be able to counter and combo Simon when he can keep you at bay with a whip like that. And it's just, I wonder how they're gonna balance him, because, like, he looks broken. He looks like he's gonna be top tier, up there with, like, Bayonetta and Cloud and all those other really great characters like Mario and stuff. He looks like he's gonna be awesome, and I wasn't excited for him at first, but, you know, seeing the moveset and seeing that trailer, I welcome it. Not to mention 34 tracks in one stage, bro. Like, what the heck? And that stage looks sick. The fact that you can go up against, like, the werewolf and the mummy and Dracula, and there's so many cool little features in that stage. It's just, dude, it's so cool. And I didn't think I would be that big of a fan of Castlevania being added, but holy cow, it looks amazing. Now, you guys can believe me if you want. As soon as Sakurai got two new Echo Fighters out of his mouth, I said, Dark Samus, Chrom. I just said out loud to myself because I was watching on my phone. I was like, Dark Samus, Chrom. And lo and behold, I saw Fire Emblem stage. I was like, that is totally Chrom. And as soon as it dropped, I was like, that is Chrom, right? And I saw the tattoo on his shoulder. I was like, that is Chrom. I called it. And then as soon as Dark Samus's portal shipped, I was like, is that Dark Samus or is that Shadow? And as soon as I was like, dude, I freaking called it. I wish I'd recorded it because, man, that would have been so cool to have bragging rights on video. I thought it was cool that I actually called him. But anyway, Chrom, I wanted. He is literally the only Fire Emblem character that I wanted besides maybe Tiki and Anna, because apparently Anna is a big goofball and she would be lots of fun and she wouldn't have to be a sword fighter, thank God. And Tiki would be cool if we didn't already have Corrin as a dragon character, because Tiki's adorable and she's a precious little cinnamon roll we need to protect. Chrom, I knew was coming because people have been asking for him. He got left out for his daughter in Smash 4 and it was his time to join the battle, and I am so happy. And the fact that it really surprised me that he is a Roy Echo instead of an Ike Echo. Sakurai never ceases to amaze me with how he just surprised us. We think something's gonna happen and like, oh, he's just gonna be an Ike Echo. Psych, he's a Rom Echo. So Roy, Chrom, Rom. That's not a that's a weird ship. No, Chrom is married to a girl, as he should be. They made him so unique. Like, he's a mishmash of Roy, Marth, Ike, and Lucina. So that is cool how they literally made him like the most unique Echo Fighter. And I love that because that was one thing I was worried about, you know, getting more Fire Emblem characters. I was like, dude, they're just going to be more of the same. But the fact that he's not, that he kind of is the same, but he's all the same put into one. And I love that. I cannot wait to play as Chrom. Now, Dark Samus, boy, I did not expect her to look that sick. I expected her to look kind of like she did in Smash 4 as an assist trophy. I was like, oh, she's just going to look like Samus and just look dark navy blue and, you know, neon blue. No, dude, no. She looks so bad. She looks so cool. Like, the little, like, tendrils on her shoulders and the more angry art. helmet, and just the fact that she floats in place, and the fingers, dude, there's just so many little details with her that I love, and I am so happy Sakurai made her so much more unique. Like, her moveset's not as unique as Chrome's is, but her appearance alone, I love that she's so much different. And dude, she just looks cool, and I really expected Dark Samus once Samus's Dark Samus skin was altered, but the fact that we have Chrom and Dark Samus is so cool, and I definitely welcome them as Echo Fighters. But on top of all those new characters, there was one who reigned over all of them, who was the king of this direct, and that is none other than King K Rool, dude. He finally got added, and there's two characters that I really expected this Smash Bros, and that is King K Rool and Geno. And I really do think Geno's still coming. Again, I'll get to that in a minute with more characters, but King K Rool was a character I was like, dude, if Sakurai does not add him, I'm going to be upset. And I know a lot of people are going to be upset, and the fact that he added him, that he's listening to the fans, like a character that hasn't been in a game in his series in like 15 to 20 years, is finally playable because people asked for him. It's so cool. And not only that, but he's a Western character. And I forgot to mention that with Dark Samus. Dark Samus is actually our first American character. I did not know that. I did not know that Rare actually made Dark Samus, just like it made King K Rool and Diddy Kong. So I think it was Rare that, no, I think it was a different company, because Rare is British, so it wasn't Rare, don't quote me on that. It was an American company that made Dark Samus. So we finally have an American character, and now we have another Western character in King K Rool. And again, I'll get to that in a minute with other characters, but the fact that Sakurai is willing to add characters from the West that people are asking for is so cool, and it just shows that he is listening to us, and that is something that so many directors of video games do not do to their fans. And the fact that Sakurai is making this the Smash Bros for the fans is amazing, and I love him for that. Like, at the same time, I'm not one of those fans that's like, I want Sakurai to make everything I want and the exact way I want it, because if not, I'm not going to buy this game. I want Goku in Smash, dang it. And while Luigi has an Echo Fighter, I'm not going to be one of those fans. Like, Sakurai has outdone himself, and I want him to have some input. Like, I feel like Simon Belmont was really his input. Like, I really didn't see that many people clamoring for him, like King K Rool and Ridley and Geno and Isaac and Shantae and Shovel Knight and all these other characters that people were wanting so bad. I really didn't see Simon Belmont that much, but I feel like that was probably his big, manifesto character, like, this is the one I want in Smash. And it makes sense because he has so much history with Nintendo, and just like Simon is a retro character, King K Rool is a retro character that people wanted. The fact that he is in the game is so cool, because little known fact about me, Donkey Kong Country was actually my very first video game I ever played. Like Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario World 3, I think. And the fact that one of my oldest video game rivals is now a playable character, and now I can fight him all over again in Smash Bros, is just so cool, dude. Like, I remember the first time as a kid beating King K Rool, and it was just so satisfying. And to get to fight someone from my childhood is so cool. And the fact that he looks so good, he's so shiny and so scaly. The only thing I don't really understand is, like, why the heck does he have a counter? Like, really, did he need a counter? But it looks, like, unique. Like, it looks like you have to face him. Like, he has to face his opponent for it to actually, make contact. So hopefully that will be kind of balanced, because we didn't really need another character with a counter. But hey, King K Rool's in the game. I can't complain. Sakurai's listening to the fans, and I love that. And this game's going to be so good simply because of that. We have so many characters people have been asking for. We have so many characters that have not been deconfirmed as fighters yet. And I'm going to get to that very, very quickly in a minute. The fact that there's so many characters people have been asking for. I mean, when he added Ridley, I was like, yeah, King K Rool's a shoo-in. I mean, if you added Ridley after all these years, King K Rool is a shoo-in. Geno is a shoo-in. And, the fact he's adding characters like Shovel Knight and Rathalos and the Moon And there's so many characters that he's added, even as assist trophies. This is going to be the ultimate Smash Bros. And I cannot wait to get my hands on it so I can play it. Now, before I do close out, there are some character predictions that I have personally that I think are going to make it into Smash Ultimate. So as far as the base roster goes, and I'm going out on a limb here, because I think if she's not in the base roster, she doesn't really have a huge chance of being DLC, but I really think Shantae has a real chance of being in Smash Bros. This time around. Like, between Shovel Knight and Shantae, I obviously wanted Shovel Knight more, and like I said, I'm going to make a whole video about why Shantae should be in Smash Bros. But I really do think she has a shot this time around. She has so much history with Nintendo, she has such a unique moveset, and fans wanted her in the Smash Belt. Like, those three things I think really make her a viable character in this game. And, you know, obvious first parties, like, I think Skull Kid's going to make it in. Like, we haven't seen his assist trophies, Moon has kind of replaced him, and, we need more Zelda reps. Like, he is probably the most unique Zelda rep we could get, and he's one of the most popular, and he's the only one I really wanted besides Midna, and of course, Midna got deconfirmed as an assist trophy, of course. I mean, we could have had both of them, but so I'm really thinking he's got a chance this time around, and I would love that because he looks so cool, and he's so unique and fun, and I would love to play as him. Like I already said, I really think Geno is going to make it in this time. Sakurai's wanted him since Brawl. People want him. He's a retro character who also has a lot of history with Nintendo. He's a third-party character that you kind of have to pull some strings with, and he got a Mii Fighter costume last time around. And now that Square wants to play ball, and they're like, yeah, you can have Cloud back in Smash Bros., the fact that they are willing to do that has me thinking that Geno will be in this time around. He finally will get his time to shine as a character. Shine, because he's a star. And like we tend to do with new games, new Smash games, I really think we're going to get a new Pokemon rep. Now, you know, everybody's thinking Decidueye, you know, like, I want Lycanroc. Lycanroc would be awesome. Like, Decidueye would be cool, I'm not going to lie. I kind of want Sceptile more, because Sceptile is amazing. But Decidueye would be cool. I'm really voting for Lycanroc. But if I can't have Lycanroc, Incineroar would be insane. It makes sense because he's a wrestler. He's technically a villain because he's based off of a heel wrestler. He would be so cool. And I would think that, you know, because Ash has, you know, a Torracat now, and it's very obvious it's going to evolve into an Incineroar to compete with Professor Kukui's Incineroar. And that would be such a great way to promote him because he is a popular starter. And we have Greninja and Squirtle, so I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to have Charizard and Incineroar. Plus, they're completely different. You know, one's mostly special, and this one's going to be mostly physical. So I'm hoping for Incineroar, honestly. And mentioning, you know, the Smash ballot, you know, talking about characters like Shantae and King K. Rool and Ridley, Isaac really has a chance this time around. He hasn't been shown as an assist trophy. If Sakurai is going off of the Smash ballot, Isaac was really up there, and he has been since he was deconfirmed in Smash 4 as an assist trophy. So I really would be surprised if he was not added. Like, I don't personally want him, but I expect him. And, you know, kind of like how I did with Shovel Knight, you know, I would be happy for the Isaac fans if he got in as a playable character because, you know, I know you guys have been asking for him for a long time, and, you know, it would be cool to see him, honestly. Like, I don't really want more sword fighters, but, you know, the fact that he has, like, earth magic and psi energy, like not psychic psi, but, like, different stuff, he could be such a unique sword fighter, and that would be cool. Like, if he would play differently than any other sword fighter, I would totally be fine with it. So I'm predicting Isaac. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Taboo as a playable fighter. You know, he was a great boss in Brawl, and a few people I've seen ask for him, but, like, would Sakurai be willing to put a boss character from the actual Smash Brothers series? Like, I know everybody wants, like, we should have Master Hand and Crazy Hand. Like, you can't put a hand in as a fighter compared to, like, Taboo, who's literally a humanoid character. And we already have Samus that well, not Samus, Dark Samus that floats in place, so we can have Taboo. I mean, and Cloud floats when he runs, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. And it honestly would be pretty cool to see him represent the actual Smash Brothers in Smash Bros. So that would be kind of cool. Now, on to more third parties. I would love to see Tails. Tails would be such a cool addition. You know, he is the Luigi of Sonic, and if any other series deserves a second rep from it, besides, I guess, Castlevania now, it would be Sonic, because them and Mario are like this. And to have Mario and Luigi go against Sonic and Tails would be so cool. Now, obviously, Shadow is kind of a definite Echo Fighter at this point. Like, I don't see him not being added because his assist trophy has not been shown. He's been replaced by Knuckles, and people want Shadow. Like, and I can understand that. Like, I can understand them adding him because, you know, more development time with Tails. Shadow would be cool. I just would like Tails more. But, you know, I can see other Echo Fighters like Isabelle, Viridi, Ken from Street Fighter, I guess. There's some Echo Fighters I definitely want more than others. Viridi would be cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Shadow, I think, is the definite Echo Fighter that's gonna happen. Like, if Shadow doesn't make it, I'm gonna be really, really surprised. I think that's all I have for newcomers that I want to see. Oh yeah, duh, Dixie Kong. Like, if she makes it as an Echo or a semi-clone of Diddy, like, that would be okay. We got King K Rool already. If she had taken King K Rool's place, I would have been mad. But the fact that we got King K Rool and the fact that we could also get Dixie Kong is pretty cool. Like, I don't have any personal attachment to her like I do King K Rool, but she would still be a cool fighter, and she's one that people have wanted for a while. So I would be okay with it. I wouldn't even be mad because fan service is the name of the game with Smash Ultimate, and I really see a lot of people wanting Dixie. So I can see it happening. And real quick, I do want to mention characters that I think will be added as DLC. Like, obviously, Smash made a lot of money off of DLC costumes for Mii Fighters and actual characters, so it would be crazy for them not to do DLC. Now, one I think that is the most obvious and blatant DLC edition is going to be Rex and Pyra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like, I don't think Sakurai would let these guys go unnoticed because he loves Xenoblade 2, the fans want them in. It was too late in development for them to be added in the base roster. As long as they make them more modestly appareled. I mean, they did the same for Bayonetta. You know, they shrunk her boobs. They covered her skin a little bit more. They made her hair do more like T-rated things instead of M-rated things. So they can do that with Pyra and Mythra. And they would honestly be really cool additions because they would play differently than Shulk. And I would be totally okay with their additions as long as they're a little bit more modestly dressed. Another character that I think is a shoo-in this time around that would be like a whoa character for DLC is Banjo and Kazooie. Like, I know back in Smash 4 when Bayonetta got announced, I was just like, man, Banjo-Kazooie just be a Duck Hunt clone. My eyes have been opened, guys, and I see how important they were to gamers everywhere, and I see the gaming history they have with Nintendo in the 64 era. And if Simon can represent the SNES era, I think that Banjo-Kazooie can definitely represent the 64 era. They're ones that people have wanted forever since the Smash ballot. Phil Spencer with Microsoft is willing to play ball. Of course, that also could mean we get Master Chief or Steve from Minecraft. I don't want Steve. I would love Master Chief. That would be so cool, but I don't see it happening. So I can see Banjo-Kazooie happening, and I really do expect them to be added because fan service and history with Nintendo and third party, and the third party is willing to play ball. Like, dude, they've got to happen. Like, if they don't happen, I'm going to be shocked. Another first party character I think is going to be an obvious addition is Springman. When we were talking about like fighting games with Nintendo, ARMS is obviously going to be one of them. And I think that, you know, kind of like Rex and Pyra, it was too late in the game for an ARMS character to be added in Smash Ultimate because of, you know, it being finalized back in like early 2016. But now that we have ARMS as a viable candidate for a character to be represented, I think Springman's obvious. Ribbon Girl, I think, would be a much more interesting character overall. Like, I just don't like his Colgate hair. Like, it just looks like a tube of toothpaste just like on his head. I don't like his design nearly as much as Ribbon Girl, but I can see her being an Echo Fighter for him, like have him like a 2-pack, but I can definitely see them adding both of them. You know, I mean, we're doing Echo Fighters. Like, why would you not add her as an Echo Fighter, or at least an alt skin? If they do alt skins for the characters, like, I would love to see like Helix and Lola Pop and Twintail and all the more like reasonably sized characters, like obviously not like Max Brass and Min Min, like reasonably sized characters like Kid Cobra and all these other characters. They would be such cool additions as, you know, like alt skins, kind of like the Koopalings and Alf. I really expect them. And my really, you know, like out there, you know, like pipe dream character that does actually kind of have a chance. Dude, I want to see Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Like, Sora, I would say, is like, okay, there's Shovel Knight and Shantae, and Sora is literally here. Like, he is so far up there. I'm such a big fan of Kingdom Hearts. I love the series. I love Sora. He's such a great character. He has so much moveset potential. He's a viable character. He's a popular character. People wanted him in the Smash ballot. People want him today. And, like, of course there are the hoops you have to go through with Disney, but, dude, if Disney will put Thanos in Fortnite, we can get Sora in Smash Bros. Like, I'm just saying, if you're willing to put, like, Thanos in a game like Fortnite, I'm pretty sure Sora will be playable in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Like, I'm just saying, Disney is not that protective of their characters if they're gonna put a freaking Marvel villain in Fortnite. Like, I don't see the argument there that he's not viable because, like I said, Thanos, Fortnite, Sora is one of those characters I just would love to see. Now, obviously, like I said, Geno is a shoo-in, and so would we really have 3 Square Enix reps from 3 different games? Like, I could, like 3 different game series. Like, I could see it happening. Like, with Castlevania getting 2 reps, and of course, you know, there being Snake, Konami's got 3 separate characters in the running. And of course, if they add Tails and Shadow, that's 2 for Sega. No, if they add Shadow, that's 3 for Sega because Bayonetta. So, I definitely think it's possible and it's plausible. It's just the fact, you know, will Sakurai go through the hoops to do it? But, I mean, dude, we got Cloud in Smash 4. Anything is possible except Goku. This game's going to be amazing. That's all I'm saying. And I'm predicting 2 more directs. Like, I know that's ambitious, but I'm expecting something the end of September to the middle of October, and then the end of November, maybe? Like, after Thanksgiving, between that and launch date. I swear, if Sakurai announces Waluigi the day before the game launches, like, I'm going to flip, because I am more of a Wario man myself, but the fact that people are clamoring so bad for Waluigi, and he got in as an assist trophy, and Daisy got in as an Echo Fighter, he needs to be in the game. Like, I'm just saying. I'll live if he doesn't. You know, I mean, I got King K Rool. I got characters like Duck Hunt and Mewtwo back. I'll be fine. I already talked about the Pokemon rep I expect, but like I said, I want to do a video talking about why Shantae should be in Smash Bros. And, you know, being a Pokemon YouTuber primarily, I do want to talk about the Pokemon that I do think have a viable chance to be playable characters in this game. Besides Incineroar and Decidueye and Lycanroc, there's a bunch more Pokemon that I think could get Sakurai's attention and that could be very unique fighters. So, got that to look forward to. Obviously, stuff like Dual Type Breakdown. I've got Let's Plays for like Happy Wheels. I played Shovel Knight. Random stuff that I throw out there once in a while just for a laugh. Hope you guys enjoyed this little discussion video. I'm going to cut as much of this out as I can. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to see the other stuff I've got, subscribe to join the pack. Hope you guys are hyped for Smash Ultimate like I am. Obviously, I'm hyped because I literally just made like a 50-minute long video about it. And until next time, guys, God bless, and thanks for watching.